Hello everyone and welcome to another draft of Crimson WoW. This time it's a traditional draft again. Pretty decent black and green pack. I mean, what are there even non-black, non-green cards? There's a supernatural rescue, couple of blue cards, and this one red card. All the others are either black or green, or black and green. Pretty interesting actually. Black-green is my least drafted archetype, by the way, in this set. But it doesn't mean I can... and if I could take all these black and green cards, yeah, maybe I could have a black and green deck, but I can take only one. So I do like the Lumbernote, but I don't want to maybe pick it as pack one, pick one, peak. I do like the Parasitic Grasp slightly more than the Flame Blessed Bolt, because 3 damage is so much more than 2. You can remove a lot more things with this. So even though I'm passing a bunch of black and green, they are not actually that strong cards. So I'm not even sending any great signals there. Funnily, this would be the on-theme land if I just were able to, pick all those black and green cards from the pack. I could take this here and have a pretty nice deck, but well, I'm not taking a dual land right now. So the black cards in here, so I could follow up with an on-color pick, but these are obviously not pickable this early in the draft. So I think the best card in here is the Fierce Retribution, and that's what I'm gonna take here. Pick the best card when there's no clear reason to deviate from that plan. Okay, so now I have white and black cards. So the green, red, and blue here. Well, there are some fine cards, but nothing that makes me not pick a black card here. I think it's between the Desperate Farmer and the Wedding Security. Now this currently doesn't do anything because this doesn't create blood tokens itself, so you have to rely on other cards making the blood tokens for you. But if you have blood token generating, this will be a fantastic 5-drop. This early in the draft, pack 1, pick 3. I should maybe just take this because the payoff is such good one, and I don't think the Desperate Farmer is that amazing of a card. So I'll just take the best card here for my at least in when taking into account my previous picks. This is the best card in the pack, and now if I just can find ways to make some blood tokens, this will be a fantastic 5-drop in the deck. Okay, then I get this pack. There's a Graph Reaver. It's good in an aggressive deck. The Fierce Retribution, is like slightly pulling me to white direction, but not too much. And the white cards in here, they are not that amazing. I like the Arm the Katars, but it's not like a card that makes me want to move to white. So I think I could take just a red 3-drop here. I think the Belligerent Quest in this case would be the easily the pick here because of the Wedding Security synergy. But I'd rather keep myself just in black for now. The Graph Reaver is the 2-mana 3/3 that still hurts you each turn, but I felt like it's the pick I want to make there now. Okay, so red is open because I have now had multiple packs where there are pickable red cards. Now this pack has a random white card, Drogskull Infantry, which is good 2-drop, definitely. If I knew I'm gonna be white, I would take the Drogskull Infantry easily here now. But based on the signals I've been receiving, I think red is the more likely color to be open here, and this is maybe an outlier. I expect to get more red than white cards, so I think I'll take here a red card, and I might take the 2-drop, but I actually like the Magma Pummeler quite a bit. I already passed one Magma Pummeler, but I want to have now this one in case red will stay open. Well, now this is the easiest pack. Easiest pick from this pack is the Fellstinger, a great card here. No matter what, even if you don't have a good sacrifice fodder, this is just a great thing. A 3-mana 3/2 Death Touch, which it is at least, and then you can sometimes exploit something. Maybe even this creature itself to draw some cards will be great. So easy pick here now. Let's see. What is my second color, or is there one? Okay, so red actually kind of stopped coming. Blue is also somewhat happening. Maybe green isn't that open. But yeah, I have the Fierce Retribution, so why wouldn't I take the best card in the pack? I think the Traveling Minister is quite a strong card. I mean, considering its mana cost, of course, it's really doing a lot. So I'm taking this, and I could easily be black and white still. Well, there's a Griffwing Escort. Okay, I think it's gonna be a black and white deck after all. And now, what? So many of these green cards came back. Well, this pack didn't have really a lot of else than black and green here. So I'm very unlikely to be black and green. Or I mean green in I mean I'm quite unlikely to be green, so I'll take the aim for the head. This is a best of 3 draft, so this is a good sideboard card. I take it for sideboard. And another decent green card. But the specimen can be now fine because I have the Fell Stinger here. I might get some other exploit, who knows. And okay, the Rich Wolf, I guess I'll take that in case I should cut the Magma Pummeler for now. Oh, I got one of the Amdekatas this late, and whatever. So I mean, it's possible still I could move to red, for example, and I have like a couple of red playable cards here. Let's see the rare. Okay, well, this pack has 2 amazing red cards, and they are the rare and the upgrade, and then the Vampire's Vengeance, which can be situationally very strong, but of course sometimes it doesn't do a lot. But yeah, so if I would take a red card, it would obviously be the rare, because that is really good. I could take the upgrade because this is a splashable card. This is not, but I don't really feel like picking just an upgrade that I'm gonna splash. I would be taking the Ill-Tempered Loner if I want to, you know, move to this red direction. And given the black and white options in this pack, they are not that great. I guess I can ignore the white here, even though I like it, but I may mostly miss like a Ragged Recluse, for which I don't have many ways to transform it, and a Grisly Ritual. I'll take the Ill-Tempered Loner now, because that is I mean, if Ifrit is, you know, going to be flowing to my direction a bit, that makes sense. That pick really makes sense. But now I might deviate from red, because definitely I'm not taking the only red card from this pack. That's just not happening. So there are 2 very nice white cards. I guess I could even, you know, ditch the black. I don't have to be. I could be white red also. So maybe I'll just take maybe I have one Fierce Retribution. I think I like this Retribution slightly more, but the Imprisonment isn't bad. So I think I'll take the Imprisonment now. And my options are to be, you know, any of these color combinations that I could, I mean, white, red, and black. I could choose 2 of those and play any of them, because it's not really clear what is, because I have good cards from every color now. I should maybe even put this and this in here, just to kind of have, these are the kind of main deck cards. I wouldn't mind playing these things in my main deck if I play those colors. So how about this pack? There's another Imprisonment. There's also some decent white here. I like the Innocent Traveler. I don't have a lot of fours. I have 1 white and 1 red. So if I'm gonna play black, yeah, I guess I would have then 1 black 4-drop too. This often is a 5/3 flyer, and yeah, okay, fine, I'll take it. But okay, Hero's Downfall. This means I'm gonna be black, right? It has to mean, because now I will have a Parasitic Grasp and a Hero's Downfall and a Fell Stinger, which are great black cards. And then I do want to get some blood token generating to make this thing work too. But Hero's Downfall, easy pick here, and I'm gonna be either black red or black and white. And then I have a pick 4 Hero's Downfall, pick 5 Bleed Dry. That is quite something. So yeah, black is my main color. One of the 2 of my main colors for sure. I could take the Desperate Farmer or maybe even the Grisly Ritual, but there's a Militia Rallier. But I mean, am I supposed to take the black card here? I guess I'll take the black 3-drop. I don't want to take the 6-mana removal spell here right now. I'll take this one. That works whether I'm gonna be white black or white red. White black or red black. Alright, here. Don't think I've liked the Raccoon Tour too much. Gift of Fangs, it's okay. Mind Leech Golem. a 2-drop, but not very good at that. Evolving Wilds. I have some double casters. I actually will take also the Hero's Downfall. So I think I don't value the Gift of Fangs that much. I'll take the Evolving Wilds here because I want to make sure my double casters can be cast too. Alright, so I'll take the Scavenger. It's a pretty nice card. Ragged Recluse. Now I only need to find some treasure. No, blood token generating. Why do I say treasure all the time? Yeah, Groom's Finder is like okay, but I take the 2-drop creature instead. So this pack didn't really have white. Well, I had some. I guess I took the imprisonment here. I'm not gonna play the phalanx here. I'll take the white 2-drop, but I still could be. I could see. I mean, I have 6 white and 3 red, but a lot of these white are not that amazing. Well, actually, I do have the Minister, the Retribution, the Imprisonment, and the Griffin Cavalry, which I still like quite a bit. So I think, unless I open something crazy good red, or I'm getting past something crazy good red, I probably will abandon the red here still. Okay, I can take the Dissenter. It's good to sacrifice for the Fellstinger. Huh. I'll take the rare because I'm not gonna play the Pious Point. It's also quite unlikely that I'm gonna be red here, I think. I need to open something great red, but it's still possible. Maybe I open an upgrade, then I'm getting past another upgrade. Or although at that point I maybe even could splash 2 upgrades, but yeah, let's see what I actually get. Okay, none of this matters. Last week Adamant Will, that's actually a playable card. Runostrom Kirk, that's not gonna be picked now because I'm not having blue. The red cards are Bloody Betrayal and the Frenzied Devils. Well, they are obviously not gonna be picked. There's an Angelic Quartermaster, which I like a lot. There's also another Gift of Fangs and Gluttonous Quest, which I wouldn't mind having. And I'm actually still not sure if I'm gonna play the Wedding Security here. And even the Ragged Recluse is quite bad, but it doesn't matter here. I think the pick is still easily the Quartermaster. This quest would help with the blood token synergies, but this is just too good of a card here. Especially considering my mana curve, I can easily take this 5 mana flyer here. I think it's rather easy. With that pick, I also will cut all the red here. Didn't open a red bomb. Didn't get past the red bomb. It's a red rare, but it's not a bomb. So this is the archetype, black and white. I won't be picking another Arm the Katars. I would like to take another Wedding Security, but this this deck won't have. I mean, I might even cut the first one because there's really no ways to generate treasures. I think I'll take the Dissenter here. I mean, it's not great, but it's probably the most useful. I want to have a 2-drop, and the Recluse is also something that won't be transforming. So I take the Dissenter. At least it's good to sacrifice for the Fellstinger. And it's also something you can use for example, jump blocking when you have a Desperate Farmer up. I mean, not on the battlefield, so easy transforming of this thing when you can just jump block with the 1/1 to get the 2/2. Well, I do like the Blood-Crazed Socialite a lot. But I have some 4 mana cards, actually 3 4 mana creatures already, and a 4 mana spell. And this really makes my mana better. And I'm at, as you can see, 21 playables. I guess there are something I'm happy to cut from the main deck, like the Specimen has no place in this deck. But still, this is only the very start of the pack 3. So even though this is a very decent 4-drop and could allow playing the Wedding Security a little bit better, this is just free mana fixing, and that is really valuable. Reducing your mulligan rate is a good way to improve your win rate. Okay, so here there's a Rot-Tide Gargantua, there's a Hero of Hope. I don't actually care too much about the lifelink. So this can gain you 3 life a turn if you can use mana for it. But with the double Doomed Dissenter, I actually like the Gargantua quite a bit, especially because I'm cutting the Wedding Security. I don't have even the equipment that can generate me blood tokens. So the Gargantua is the pick because I can play 2 5-drops easily, and the Wedding Security, I'm assuming it's gonna be cut. And this can work with, the Dissenters and maybe even with the Specimen if I leave it in my deck. Okay, well here is a way to create a blood token. So there's also an Undying Malice, which I don't think is bad at all. It's actually quite nice with the Doomed Dissenter. Pointed discussion. I think I'll take the Undying Malice. I don't like the Sealed Bastard. I don't need a 4-mana card. I'll take the Undying Malice instead. It's quite slow, the card draw spell anyway. And like I said, I'm actually quite likely to cut the security anyway. So the fact that the draw spell would have, helped me gain a blood token. It's not really enough to warrant playing this card. Okay, so with this, I think I'll take just another Doomed Dissenter, because it's quite obvious now that I'm gonna cut the Ragged Recluse too. So I want to have some 2-drops, and this is... It's okay. It's good with the Gargantua, good with the Fellstinger and otherwise, and it's good with this Undying Malice, so yeah, I don't mind. Let's take it. And am I gonna take a 4th one? I mean, there's no other card I'm gonna play here in this pack, so I'll take the 4th one, although I can like easily cut 1, maybe even 2 of these. But I think I'm gonna cut the first... I mean, I'd rather keep 4 Doomed Dissenters than keep 1 of these Ragged Recluses. Fine, I'll take the Adamant Will here, but I'm probably not gonna main deck 2 of them. It's a fine sideboard card though. Okay, so with the quadruple Doomed Dissenter, I think the Mind Leech goal is the peak here. And I think the Bequaler is like playable, but nothing too amazing, so I'll take the Mind Leech goal here. Another Arm the Katas. Don't really think I want to play 2. 1 is enough. I could take the Bequaler now, or I could take the Sealed Basher. Fast decision is needed here. Let's take the 4-mana card, I guess. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, no one cares about Arm the Katas. But I still won't be playing 2. 1 is enough. Piercing Light is completely reasonable. Peak, I don't have any of those. I don't have also the Gift of Fangs. So this is a nice 1-mana spell that gets rid of some small creature. Okay, none of this will be played. And I have now currently 29 non-lands. Okay, I'll take... Don't think I'm gonna... okay, I'll take another Sealed Basher, but don't think I'm gonna play the 2 of them. But hey, it's a traditional draft where I don't draft blue-red, and actually my deck doesn't have blue or red, because my 3 previous traditional drafts, they each were blue-red. That said, I had very good success with them, of course, but at least I get some different archetype now. Well, okay, well there's only 1 black card here, so let's go to deck building mode. I like my mana because of the Evolving Wilds and the dual land. I have a pretty reliable mana buy, so I do have a bunch of double casters though, so it is actually needed, I think. So, because I have basically no blood tokens coming up, I think the Wedding Security is easy cut, and these will be my top end of the curve. And then Persistent Specimen is unnecessary, and I think the Ragged Recluse is unnecessary. That's now 1, 2, 6, that's 7 2-drops. Guess I could cut the Vampire Slayer from the main deck, I will. And with these 4-mana creatures I have 1, 2, 3, okay 5, I can cut 1 Shield Basher. And now those were the easy cuts. And I think the next easy cut is 1 of the Adamant Wills, but now I have to make a decision to play either 16 lands or cut 1 more card. Thing is, this deck does have 5 4-mana cards still and 2 5-mana cards. So if you play 16 lands, you might have some trouble hitting the 4th and 5th land drops. In some games you might get stuck at 2 or 3. I mean, of course you can get stuck at 2 or 3 even if you play 18 lands, but the likelihood increases, of course, the fewer lands in your deck you have. And one thing that is, speaking for playing just 16 is that I have 2 mana fixing lands. So my color base would be still quite good, because I would be playing 7+7 basic lands and then both of these non-basics, which would still, you know, kind of virtually give me a 9/9 mana base, which is, I think, good enough to support the double casters here. But is there like an easy cut? I want to play the one Adamant Will here. I want to play all my 2-drops now. And I do think the Arm the Katas, it can just, you know, I have 15 creatures. I can easily have 3 creatures on the battlefield, especially with the Doomed Dissenters. This can, you know, push for victory quite nicely. Yeah, I think it's very hard to find a card here, so I might take a bit of a risk here. This also can be a 6-mana card at some point. Although when you are stuck at low land count, you will be on the defensive, and then the Fierce Retribution will be killing an attacker. So it is a 2-mana card when you know, I mean, when you sort of need cheap cards. This will be, in those cases, a cheap card. Right, so there's one thing that can scry, but there's no other ways to. There's no cantrip or anything here that helps me. Okay, I guess there's a Fellstinger. Fine, I have one mana card that can at least help me dig into more lands, and then I have the Fellstinger that can even sacrifice itself to find me more lands. So I might just play the 16 land mana base in this deck, mostly because I have both of these lands that fix my colors. Because I have a high frequency of double casting cost cards here. So I need to have both. No, it's not enough that I have one black source and one white source. I need 2 of both at some point in the game. So these will help there, and I will just play the 7+7 mana base. Now, of course, I can sideboard into a different configurations, but I will start with this in the main deck. This mana base is the main deck mana base. What is the swamp here? Okay, so it's 9 white, 15 black, but I still want to have the same amount of both for both colors, because I have these. Well, I don't have a lot of early drops from white actually. The Traveling Minister is only, and then of course the Piercing Light could be useful early in the game too. But would I make into one more swamp here? That's still 9 black. I'm having second thoughts now. This is also sometimes usually a 3-mana card actually. Darn. I could actually play 1 extra swamp and cut the plains. That would be still 8 white sources for my 2 double white cards, which are a 5-drop, so easier to get the 2 white for this, and then the Arm the Katas, which is a 3-mana spell, but you will be playing this later in the game. So I think all my early play is white, or early stuff is white, and I want to have double black on 4 for the Innocent Traveler. Alright, fine, I'll do it like this. 6 plains, 7 swamps. Now this is the main deck. 6 plains, 8 swamps. But did I say something else? Well, anyway, now this is the deck. Immediate pairing. On the play, yep, and oh, darn. I guess I'll keep, but I need to draw something relevant. But I have relevant draws here. Most of the cards are either lands, which would be relevant, or 2 drops. Yeah, I mean, there's a high, I think over 50% of the deck are cards I don't mind drawing, and Piercing Light is one of them. I get to maybe kill their 2-drop and scry 1. Okay, they don't have a 2-drop. Okay, I got this. I think in this point, rather than I have the choice to gain life or attack for 1, and I do like the aggressive line better here. Almost always you want to be the aggressor if you don't know. I mean, if it's a game 1 of a best of 3 match or a best of 1 match, you would rather be aggressive unless your deck is like super defensive and you know you can win the late game. Alright, 3 colors. Let's see. Okay, I got kind of the wrong land here. But what I'm doing here is actually not so bad. I can boost this guy and I can attack. Maybe they block, maybe they don't. Okay, they don't. They don't want to risk. That probably means... Wait a minute, I was wrong. Sorry, I messed up. I thought I threw the wrong land. It was exactly the one I needed. And now that they have this 3-color mana base, they can have a 5-drop. Also, if I don't play anything, it will become a knight. So, I mean, that's many reasons to kill this right now. But I don't know why did I realize... I thought I got, you know, the wrong... another planes. I couldn't cast this. Well, I'm happy I realized that. I in fact can. Okay, crawl knock. Again, I mean, I could attack, but then they won't just block. So I think I'm gonna use this thing on defense now. Because it's pretty important they don't get to use their stuff exiled with this thing. So I'm gonna... It will become knight, but now it doesn't matter. They don't have a werewolf currently. So point is, of course, to block with this thing. And use the piercing light to, you know... Piercing light to kill this. And now I will be doing a... Well, it's not a trick, but it's kind of... I want to do it in an optimal way. So they did get... They have a Geistlight snare in there. They got the heirloom and the island. Now they will get to exile them. They will get to exile them. I will put a stop to this, you know, combat damage and end of combat step. It's combined in the same under the same button here. So they will now be able to play these permanent cards, as long as as long as they have the crawl knock available. So I'm gonna pass the blockers here. I'm gonna do this, and I think I will play the Undying Malice. They could respond with a bounce spell. But the point is, I'm gonna let damage happen before I use the piercing light. But it would be kind of waste to not use the Undying Malice. I hope they don't have a response to this, because it's really important I get to deal the damage. But I can see them not. Okay, they let that happen. Good. So now if it dies, okay, now I will get to deal the damage. And then I can ping this for 2 damage, so that these things resolve. Doesn't matter really, I don't think. And now I can deal 2 damage, because this is still an attacking creature while we are in combat. So let's see if they have a response to this. But I at least got the value from the Undying Malice here. They can have a pump spell now. And save it. Okay, and there's a land too, so everything is great now. So now that this thing is away from the game, the exiled cards remain in exile, and they won't be... Well, if this comes... Well, they have still the, you know, they have the Croak counter. Okay, Halana and Alina. They did not play this pre-combat, so they have definitely something. And man, am I lucky to have the Bleed Dry in here. Wow, this could have been horrible otherwise. But looking at the board state now, I'm in a very good shape, but I got rid of their 2 rares. One is in exile. But yeah, these things have the Croak counter, so if they like reanimate this thing, yeah, they can play the stuff with the Croak counters. Have no idea what they might have. Guess I'll just boost the Dissenter here and see what happens. Maybe I should have realized that this is a card in the format. Well, no matter, I'll play the flyer here. Can actually jump the Dissenter here. That's a good one, but actually won't be... They can deal, what, 7 to me now, but I'm dealing a lot more back. I have the Death Toucher coming up. I don't even need to use mana on the jump ability now. Don't have mana for this. This could be a lethal attack otherwise. Anyway, let's do this. Ah, they have something. Don't like that. But not much I can do about it. Could be a Witch's Web. Untap this thing and block either of my guys. they did not have. Alright, so now I can make them go to 1 here. Exile this thing so it won't be getting those croak counter permanents. And now they are in trouble. Also a dormant crow there. So based on what I saw here, they have the Geistlight Snare, which is not a card you're gonna splash. They are most likely splashing for the Halana and Alina. So it's a blue-green deck. Blue-green deck. Well, I have some removal in my deck, so I have ways to get rid of this thing, but it is really a dominating card. I have won with that card a lot of games in this limited format. I've been lucky to play with that rare multiple times. Dormant Crow is really good too, but I don't think my deck has like a ton of ways to deal with that stuff. They don't have a zombies, do they? No. I mean, they could have some blue zombies, but I didn't see any. Adamant Will is something that could work against green. Don't really know if I want to sideboard something. I think I'm slightly interested in the Adamant Will, but don't really want to cut anything, even the Doomed Descent has. Nah, I'll just play the same deck. Okay, 2, 3, a nice 5-drop. I have both double, casters here. Okay, well that was, well, maybe not completely unnecessary, because I do have the 5-drop in my hand, but now basically I don't want to draw any more. Don't want to draw any more lands. Let's see if I can avoid them. At least this Evolving Wilds slightly thinned my deck. Alright, 2 mana 3/3. Sure. I can just attack into it with the Doomed Dissenter, I guess. But then they can still trade with the Lifelinker. Well, let's see what I can come up with. Okay, I said I don't want to draw any more lands. Whatever. They can just take 1 here too, if they don't want me to transform this guy. Okay. Options. I can just wait for the Angelic Quartermaster, make this into a 5/4 and this into a 3/3, because I wouldn't mind trading with the token here. Oh, they have white too, so they have 4 colors. Okay. Maybe they have black too, who knows. Get orange. They have a lot of bumps. Okay. So this is a problem now. Because they're gonna start getting those annoying humans with training. So I think I have to slow down here and use the Cicada's Imprisonment here. I really would want to use it on the Steelclad Spirit, but if they play creature spells, they get free tokens which have training. It's just horrible. Because I have a game plan that involves playing the Imprisonment on the Steelclad Spirit, and they are not gonna block with the torrents now. I would deal 6 damage. Next turn I would have a 5/4 and a 3/3. But these could be pretty overwhelming. They might also just drop a big creature I can't even attack into, and then this will get out of hand. Because my game plan is to, one option is to put the pacifism in here and next turn exile it with the 5 mana activated ability here. It's just so slow, I hate it. But I think that's I mean, it's too risky if they, I mean, they are at 20, if they've had less life, I would maybe consider a different line, but now they hopefully get only 1 token from this thing, and then I get to exile it. I also get a blood token to at least something for my troubles, I guess, but yeah, this is really... Get off. Okay, now I understand why they play all those colors. They have so many rares here. Oh, I did draw... Did it help? The deck thinning didn't help. I think I drew one non-land and then all rest lands there. But now that this is... Yeah, I have to exile this thing right now before they get to sacrifice it for Geralf, so... Sure. And because of the Steelclad Spirit, which actually is really good for them here, I can't even attack for 1 damage here. All the zombies they have also will fly, so the Quartermaster isn't gonna be that great. And now they have a Domat Crow, so... Wow, really bad stuff. Okay, they are gonna go for the aggression here. I think that's my chance to win here. Somehow. Okay, so actually the Griffin Cavalry might be what I want to do. No matter what, I will discard a land to draw a card. Okay, more lands. So, Quartermaster, Griffin Cavalry. So, if I play the Cavalry now, and the 6th land, next turn I can have a 7th land, so I can use this triggered ability, mana for this thing, and then still play the 5-drop. I kind of feel like I want to have the Cavalry, because this can make my guys fly too. They will get some big zombie though. But I guess that's just something I need to live with somehow. Just gonna attack with this guy. I get 4 life. I'm not sure if the attack they made is that amazing. But they're gonna get more of those counters though. Not great for me. Now if I was able to give this enough, a size stat, I would have been able to attack with this through the Geralf. I would have played the Quartermaster in that case. So now they can sacrifice the 4/4 and it will become a 4/4 zombie, which will fly thanks to Geralf. So I need to be very, very careful here. Just more lands. This is quite unbelievable actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 11 lands total in here. And my deck has 16, so I have 5 lands and 19 spells left in the deck. Well, let's see if they have a counter spell. That would be kind of a super annoying. And they of course do. Which cost only 1 because they have a spirit and an enchantment. Look at that. So now they can make themselves a 4/4 flyer if they want to. Which will eat the Griffin Cavalry even without... I needed this to resolve to make this into a 3/3. So this would be a 4/4 flyer. It would at least trade with a zombie. But this isn't even tapped. They created a zombie token that won't be tapped. So I can't attack with anything else than the Depraved Harvester. And if I attack with that, they will block with the Steelclad Spirit and I have nothing. Game is over. Especially because I have only lands in hand. So I basically have no attack that is reasonable. And then they have the Dormant Crow, giving them value. And they have 4 cards in their hand and I have 2 blanks in my hand. And because they missed their land drops, I also knew the older cards in their hand were spells. So there was no chance. And does the stuff I saw, does that change anything? This sadly is not a zombie. So I could maybe consider putting the aim for the head in the deck if it was, but it's not. I think I like the Adamant Will here now. I just have to maybe play it and probably cut like one of the Doomed Dissenters. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe they will have issues with their colors because they do play 4 colors. At least I have 1 removal spell for one of the rares. Yeah, it's not so bad. I guess I hope they play something worth removing on turn 3 because this currently is my only turn 3 play. Now they maybe are suffering about the from their mana base a bit because they did mulligan to 6. Let's see if they have a keepable 6 card hand. Yeah, they still haven't decided. Maybe I'll pause until that happens. Okay, so they did keep 6. I'm gonna get my second place right away. I got at least no double caster issues in this game. And hopefully just some creature. No, that's not a creature. I don't want to flood out in 2 games in a best of 3 match. That would be super annoying. Gain the spirit. Well, I can't kill the... I think I'm gonna kill the spirit. Yeah. Let's get rid of it. Now they have blue and red, no white and green yet. And then I can use the scavenger to exile the spirit on the next turn. I have the hero's downfall if they have something annoying. Let's see if they have a forest. Well, they have a slow, whatever color they need. Geistlight Snare is gonna cost also currently 3 mana for them, so they can't counter the scavenger with that. They would have to have like a syncopate here. No syncopate. Okay, with the quartermaster, that was a really good draw. That was really decent. Okay, yeah, well, on turn 4 they have everything. But they have no play, so now this is... What does this mean? Because I feel like it could be a Geistlight Snare. With the hero's downfall, I can pass the turn and just kill whatever they're gonna play. I'm not gonna use the Angelic Quartermaster right now. Of course they can have like a kill spells or something like that. Well, that is actually not a problem. I won't be able to do exile anything, but I'll still play this now. I have no creatures here, so like this. I could have played the Angel, but it only could keep 1 counter to the Dissenter. Doesn't seem worth it. So let's see what's there next. I mean, they did have mana fixing here, but still they did draw 3 of these colors naturally. Another Steelclad Spirit. Okay then. But they can still have the Geistlight Snare. What is the taxing amount for it? I don't actually remember. Well, I'm gonna use the imprisonment there, I guess. I don't wanna trade with the scavenger, I wanna keep pressuring them. So let's play the land and do this and see what happens. Okay, nothing really happened. Okay, and I can still have the hero's downfall for whatever they're gonna play. And then ideally they tap out for some big dumb creature and then I can... Okay, well... No, this is actually not so bad. Not so bad at all, because I will kill this before the trigger resolves. They don't get to, you know, they can sacrifice their guy. They can sacrifice their guy if they want to prevent me from getting the blood token from the imprisonment here. They chose not to. Okay, I have this in my deck. So, actually, I think I'm not gonna play the Quartermaster right now. Fell Stinger is gonna be more interesting here. I think I want to have a double black available. I have my 1 double white card, and the only other double white card is the Arm the Katars, which I won't be playing this turn. So this is the correct tapping of mana. I'm not gonna make them go to 7 and let them draw 2 cards. I will choose to draw some cards myself. And now... interesting, but maybe... I mean, they can choose to exile 1 of the 3 cards. I think it's worth having the 2/2 here, so I'm gonna decline this. I will keep the land in my hand in case I make a blood token with this imprisonment. How can they deal with this board? They can play Halana and Alena, which isn't actually going to be... It cannot give counters to itself. It can give counters to this thing, so this will be a 4/4 now. Okay. Okay, so there is, but I have a couple of Death Touchers. But sadly, if I make these into 3/3s, which I could with the Angelic Quartermaster, I mean, they can eat one of them for free. That's the problem. But if they eat one of these for free, I'll deal 8 damage to them, which is 1 short of lethal. What are the other options? So I can give counter to the Fellstinger, which it'll just trade with the Servitor. And then if I don't have counters on these, they can block with Helena and Alina there. So if I give these counters, they will block one of these, and then they won't be blocking with Helena and Alina. They will be at 1. I think that is worth it. That is worth it. This prevents... they can't block with the Helena. They can block and lose it, but that's... I don't care about that. Okay, they just snap block there. Well, I'm happy if they... Wait a minute, it has first strike. I know it has first strike. I know it has first strike. I forgot it. I simply forgot it. Because I have participated in combat myself, so that it has been on my side of the board, and I have realized all the time that it has first strike. So I should have given a counter to the Fellstinger. Well, my bad. I mean, that was of course a pretty crucial mistake there, because I should have given a counter to the Fellstinger to force them to at least trade with the Servitor here. But I have still, I mean, I have this flyer. This has reach, but it can't block this without dying. Okay, well... Okay. Starts to be a bit disgusting here. It doesn't help that I threw away my Death Toucher. 3/2 Death Toucher for no reason. But still, as long as they don't find an answer to the flyer here, they can be a bit aggressive here. This gives haste too. So now I think I'll just, I mean, why wouldn't I attack with the 3/4, force them to trade with the Servitor here, and now they had another one of these Diver Scarps that I couldn't even get the blood token from there with my imprisonment. Yeah, well, I guess if they just keep drawing answers, that doesn't have reach. As long as they don't have kill spell here or flying or a reach guy other than this. Or they could have also a pump spell. But also, and this will make their zombies fly. Wow. Wow. So I need to kill a Geralf now. I need to find a kill spell for Geralf right now. Adamant Will doesn't do anything. The only thing it does is that... No, it doesn't... I mean, I can attack with one guy, and they block with the 5/7. Then it's a 6/6. I mean, this doesn't die. If I attack with both, they will block with the Diver Scarp in the 3/3. And then they will block with the Weaver of Blossoms on the 4/4. They will lose the 4/4. I will lose my Quartermaster, and that's it. Okay, well, I mean, now I'm losing the game. So I need an answer for the Geralf here. That's the only way here. And I don't have like more than 2 turns, because this thing just keeps making their guys bigger and bigger, and they can start attacking. It would be interesting now to think about, go back and see if I didn't make the mistake with the Fellstinger and attack into the 2 power first striker here, or I mean basically give the counter to it. That would have made it potentially a difference there. But I wonder if there is a... I mean, I guess if I can kill the Geralf, and then they don't block with these, I can win with Adamant Will here. That at least doesn't do a lot here. Kill spell is needed. That's not good. there's just no good attack. I guess I can block. Use the malice. I mean, they had like what 1 or 2 cards left in the hand, and I only needed them to not have a flyer, and they had the giraffe here, and also a zombie at the ready. So normally this, creates flying guys by first, waiting for a turn before it loses a summoning sickness, and then it can, start creating zombies with their own ability. But now they had the Diver's Cup at the ready here. Yeah, but I still made a mistake myself, so it could be somehow better situation if I did. Guess I'm gonna do this. Yeah, if I did say I don't know how it would have. It's tough. Maybe I will go back and see how the game would have gone. It would be so different because then I wouldn't have had the 2-3-3s there and all that. Actually, this will be a 4-4 now, so if I can, they're at least forced to block with the Halana if I get the kill on the Geralf here. So there's that. But oh, I kind of forgot they have that thing. Yeah, so I'm just messing up here. I guess I'm tilted too, but that was just. I mean, I shouldn't have done that. If I now draw the kill spell, that could be relevant now. They have something on upkeep. All right. No. Okay, just a land. Okay, fine. What an awkward match to lose. I mean, I did lose to the bomb here, but they had to also draw the pretty specific stuff to kill to beat my flyers here. They were at so low life total here. So if I didn't do this, how would the turn have gone? I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time here too much. I'm just wanting to think. I made it 2-3-3s, threw one of them away to the 4-4. But if I had the Fellstinger, so they would have basically blocked the Fellstinger with the 4-4, traded with it, and my 2-3 Death Toucher would have still connected for a bit of damage. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have won given what they managed to draw after that, but I would have been in a better shape. But hey, that is it. Sometimes you lose. Okay, that's a nice hand. Okay, a couple of decent 4-drops here. The next turn I can play the farmer and then attack with this Doomed Dissenter, whether they have a blocker or not. Okay, land was definitely nice. And I can play the Traveler here. Most likely on the next turn I will play the Traveler. Okay. Still a 4-3 lifelinker in this board is gonna be good. Alright, well, that's a little bit different now. But I guess I have the other Dissenter here. I feel like they might still take the 1 damage, and if they don't, maybe they have a removal. They could have an upgrade on the farmer, but no, they took the damage, so that was good. Now I'll play this thing, so they have to also deal with the 3-3 flyer. They don't have any humans here, but a 3-3 flyer here is gonna be good. Okay, well, I have a couple of Death Touchers to block the lifelinker. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, I think they should have first drawn the card and then choose what to play, but okay, I think they're not gonna sacrifice anything. Would be weird if they did sacrifice something, yeah. Alright, Parasitic Grasp. Humans, that's a human peasant, okay. So this can kill this with only 2 mana. Oh, but the way it is a human, so this makes this guy a 5/3. Huh. I think what I'm doing here is just play the first thing. It's also gonna transform my guy here. A lot of triggers. I'll draw the cards, please. Okay, no land. So I could attack with these, but they will most likely double block with the Gluttonous Quest and that thing. I don't think I want to do that. This is an instant. I can maybe get some nice value. Plus, I don't want them to lose the 2/2 now that it makes my guy into a 5/3. Although if they just attack with the farmer now, should I block somehow? Sanguine Statuette. Okay, so they can now make this into a 3/3 by sacrificing 2 blood tokens if they want to. Do they want to? Can still get rid of it with the Parasitic Grasp. Okay, this can attack. This gets haste, yeah, so you can attack on the turn it enters. Not that I care about, I of course take the 3 here. They don't have any other blood tokens so far, so the statuette won't have anything. Well, they do have now, but it's tapped, so it at least cannot block right now. So I can kill the human with 2 mana. This will require 3 mana. Now, I kind of want to play the Shield Basher only, but that means I can't attack with anything else than the Invader here. But maybe it's okay. Because I can kill like the 3, basically the 2/2 lifelinker, because if I kill this, this will become a 4/3. So I can kill this and then attack with a 3/2 and a 4/3. They can't kill them both. But then I can only play the Doom Dissenter after that, so that's not sure how much I like that. But I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough. Now this is back to 3/3, but now I will attack with these guys. The Gluttonous Quest doesn't have a good block. They can trade with one of these. Probably with the lifelinker. Oh, they choose not to trade with anyone. Alright, that's interesting actually. That is interesting. Okay, they just went to 6 there. What are they having in their hand? To not... I mean, this is good, but it does require 5 mana to use the ability. They can't start using 5 mana on the drain effect here. They lose the... yeah, the Skulking Killer. Not really that great of a card. But it's good to discard to a blood token. But I have to keep this in mind in the the other games. I don't want to get nailed by this guy. They sacrifice, they discard a... I mean, what does that mean? They discarded a 3/2 creature they could have played, so they are digging into some... I mean, what does their hand have? They didn't even attack. They can block with this now that they have the blood token there. Okay, Hero's Downfall, that'll be good. Huh. Am I gonna... Really interesting. Kinda just want to play the Shield Passer this turn. Attack with the Flyer. I don't want to trade with the Statuette, but they're gonna use the... They're gonna use the Blood Fountain. They're gonna get Farmer and the quest back or something like that. And my Scavenger won't really help. They can just respond to my Scavenger. So actually I won't even play the Scavenger before this has been used. Okay, I'm running out of timeout, so I need to make a decision. And I think I will, of course, attack with the Flyer, and then I could trade with the Statuette. Don't like the idea of that, but fine. Let's trade. I'll play the Shield Passer post-combat. Of course I have the Hero's Downfall if they have like a tricks here. Sure Strike or something like that. If they lose the... I mean, they can trade with the... Okay, they just do that, which they can easily just do. And then they're gonna use the blood token to make the Statuette into a creature. And now if I want to, I can actually... Because I know what they're having here coming up. I guess I can just kill the Reveler here. I actually choose that now. So they don't have that great of a blocks. They can trade with either of these two, but the Gluttonous quest has to take either jump block or they have to take 6 here, which is pretty good for me. This thing has lifelink, but now my Flyer is lethal, so they need to kill the Flyer. Or get a blood token, because this can gain them life if they have one, but currently they don't. That makes this into a 5-3, but it doesn't matter, they have to have removal on it anyway. Well, I guess it matters that so much that if they have a blood token now, this life gain won't save them. I will exile 2 cards. They didn't even... I mean, this is a best of 3 match. They shouldn't have, first of all, shown me that they have this card, and then they definitely should have seen what cards I have here to maybe prepare for the next game a little better. But alright, black and red. Didn't see a lot of removal here. Exile target the zombies. It can get rid of the Fellstinger, it can get rid of the Scavenger too. I think I like the Adamant Will against their 1-4. Again, cutting maybe the Doomed Dissenter here. I haven't really gotten to use the Amtikatas yet, but I think I still like it. Yeah, this is the deck. One lander. That's a mulligan. That's a keep, and I won't be needing the Undying Malice. I do need some creatures though. Well, that can help me dig into something, assuming they have a creature that can kill to this effect. Okay, a Statuette again. Gargantua. Well, that's gonna not be relevant too soon. Alright, that thing is a problem. Ah, that's a problem. They get a 5-5 and they're not gonna attack with it either, so... I guess I just don't play anything on my first 3 turns. I guess they could attack with the statue to transform this guy, but I'm gonna play the Shield Passer here. Right. Yeah, that has to be. Or they can also just sacrifice a blood token to make the statuette into an attacker. Oh, and now they have this, of course. I mean, normally this doesn't happen because you have a curve out. But of course, now they get the best value out of the Skulking Killer they can. And it's not even worth continuing here. That's too much tempo for them. So, don't think anything changes really. Vampire Slayer, oh, that's actually something I should have done already. They have Vampire deck, I should play the Slayer here. That was a mistake, not sideboarding that thing in. Do I want to cut one of the Dissenters? I have only the Fellstinger and the Rot-Tide Gargantua, so I think I can cut one Dissenter here. And let's have a normal curve, because this deck definitely can have a normal curve of plays here. Of course, that was a Mulligan to 6 hand. Now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, the 4th land is good. I can start playing these guys. Alright, they are having nothing. Alright, well, I'm gonna play this, so if they have something on the Minister, at least this will transform. And I'm gonna attack here. Okay, it's their turn to not have a turn 2 play, but in the previous game I didn't have a turn 3 play either, whereas they do now. But I can attack with these thanks to the Traveling Minister. If they block and trade, it's fine. I don't care. And now I can play... Now that I drew the land, I should play the Sealed Basher. Oh, I should play this because this just becomes a 3-3. No, sorry. But yeah, I could have played the Sealed Basher and still used the 1 mana for the Indestructible because I had the 5th land and still could play my 4 drops here. But I think this for this 3-3 flyer will be more important here now. And then I can play a Griffin Cavalry. Can't double spell now, but I should play the land just in case I draw a land on the next turn. So then I can double spell perhaps. They do have the exile 2 cards from hand thing though, could be annoying, but I mean then they will exile my last 2 cards. Because I'm definitely playing here a Griffin Cavalry, that's like a no question. They do have potentially up to 6 mana available, so they could use that 3 mana spell, I exile these. And they still have 3 mana available after that. Could be nasty if they have a removal on one of these flyers. So I could see them having a good turn, but that most likely involves them making me exile those cards. Okay, they choose to discard a swamp to draw a card. Quest, okay, good. This is really good now. They need a kill on my flyers. And I did get the land, so I can double spell here. No point doing that. Now though, I'm gonna pump this of course, so that the training will work here still. Can I attack and train? Oh, yes I can, so this is 7 damage in the air. And this Griffin Cavalry can make my other guys fly too, so if it does survive. Okay, this seems bad for them now. The Sealed Basher is really good attacker too. This won't become a... they're not gonna exploit. I forgot this is a thing. Yeah, there's no Planeswalker in sight. So this won't be a 5-5 quite yet. And I guess I can, even with the Traveling Minister, I can make this into a 5-2 attacker indestructible one. And I can make it fly. I mean, if the Griffin Cavalry survives, I'll just win the game. That's just what's going to happen. Okay, so I can salvage the draft now after losing the first match. It requires winning both the following matches to win something. Okay, opponent mulligans, I'm gonna keep it because I have the Doom Descender into Fellstinger curve. If I just can draw a land here. Against the 6-card hand here. That's not a land. I mean, I'm gonna thin my deck by playing the Evolving Wilds and sacrificing, but I think, because I wanna hit a 2-drop and a 3-drop, ideally, I will have to do that. I guess if they have any human, I can use the Parasitic Grasp too. So I have potentially 2 spells I can play. But ideally I just draw a land. Well, that's kind of playable. Yeah. Like I said in the deck building phase, if I... Okay, another one of these. Is this the same opponent? Well, anyway, this is good because now I got the 3rd land. And I will actually play the Desperate Farmer now, because next turn I will be able to play the Stinger, and that will also transform the Farmer here, which will be good. But they can play a 5-mana card. They can also play nothing. What's this? I mean, they have blue. If that is a counter spell, then it is, but I'm gonna do this and see if it resolves. Okay, it did. So that's the important part. Do they have a response to this? They could use like an upgrade in response so that I don't get the trigger, but now I do get the trigger here. Do all these triggers and wonder what they have. Now what they could have is the werewolf that. Okay, that doesn't actually matter because the token is generated anyway. I mean the werewolf that can be played as a flash spell. At 5 mana, but they didn't have that. And now I'm with my removal and Arm the Cathars, I quite like my chances, but that is something I need to find. Well, I did get the 6th land for it. So I can attack with the Death Toucher here. I can sacrifice my Harvester here, of course. I guess I can use the Arm the Cathars, but it's not quite enough. I can make this into a 6-power creature and this into a 5-power creature and this into a 3-power, but I won't be even able to attack with this guy. But I guess that's one way to play this turn. Either they will trade with one of these guys, but I won't be dealing that much damage. I could follow it up with the Doom Descender. The other option is just to attack for 3 if they trade, great. And then next turn I have the Fierce Retribution anyway. But this can't even drain them. I think I'm gonna do it like this now. I think, yeah, I can make this a 7 and this is 5. Okay, let's do it like this. I guess I can attack with all. They take 12. Is that like a thing? They might have another flourishing hunter. That I don't like. That possibility exists. I'm gonna do it like this. Save my token here. Oh, no, I didn't have the Parasitic Grasp mana here, so it's fine. They do the trade. I'm happy because if they have more big guys, I have the Fierce Retribution waiting for that. And if they have another one of these, they at least don't get the 6 life. And they did, so now I'm super happy. I mean, they would have been at what? A lot more life there. So now I can just destroy this guy and attack for 6, and they are going to be down 4. And now they can respond to my Diagram Scavenger trigger by exiling whatever I'm targeting. So hopefully they will not have the mana available. Guess I'll just kill it. Because I could have still played post-combat Scavenger here. Of course, this was a lethal attack, so I assume they have like a pump spell. Well, it still could have been the pump spell that gives +2/+2 for 1 mana, and they would have had this available. But I didn't need the Scavenger now. Okay, so green, blue, and red. double Flourishing Hunter, something to keep in mind. Maybe it's something I want to use for the aim for the head, so just to make them discard. They don't have zombies, or they could have like a blue zombie, but with multiple 6-drops, making them discard cards makes sense because they might have to discard either the lands for it or take 6-drops themselves. I'm gonna play aim for the head. How about Adamant Will? Against the green deck I like the pump effects, so I'm gonna just cut one dissenter and then maybe another dissenter or something else. I like the Mind Leech Gold too, because they have those 6-drops. Even if they exile a land, that will be good for me. A Piercing Light. Actually, didn't see a lot. Well, didn't see a lot of stuff from there, but I think I'm gonna cut the Piercing Light for now. Okay. What a hand. If this was one of these was a white source, I'd like the hand a lot. Now, not keepable. Okay, this is, well, doable, but not great. Okay, the spider is really annoying too. Maybe I can get them with the Adamant Will here. Oh, no, I can't because they have a 1/4 there. Oh, I maybe should have blocked there just to get the 2/2, but... Oh, well, I mean, I really should have... Well, I don't think that even would have mattered too much. It wouldn't have. The Bramble Worm, they can gain 5 life from this thing. But now they can train this and... Well, let's see if this works or not. Okay. So I can imprison this thing, but they can have a bunch of other things that are problematic. Undying Malice. Let's see what they're gonna do. I think I will imprison the sharpshooter here. Not much else to do here on this turn. Okay. They didn't keep a Flourishing Hunter, and there's a Lantern Bearer they also put to graveyard. So I think they have at least one Flourishing Hunter in their hand. Yeah, my Dissenters aren't really that impressive right now. They really are not. I have the Undying Malice, which is, yeah, synergy with them, but it's probably not that great. Yeah, I can't beat them, they have too many cards here. Guess I can exile the Bramble Worm so they won't get the life. Oh no, actually I don't care about life. Lantern Bearer. That's even better. It doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to pressure them too much. The foreboding statue will become a 5/5. But I guess I can... Okay, what's this? I'll let the trade happen. I'd rather actually use the Undying Malice on the Diagraph Scavenger. It is the better option here. Jacob Hawken. Alright, well that's gonna win. That's gonna win the long game for them for sure. Can't attack. Well, actually I can. I have the adamant will here. Let's do it. Okay, you have an overcharged amalgam there too. I think I want to have the sealed basher number 2 here. I still don't think the piercing light will be that great. And then aim for the head can at least exile the zombie horror amalgam here. But yeah, this isn't really looking good. I guess I'm gonna cut the dissenter. They were so miserable there. So I'm gonna play the sealed basher here instead. Anything else? Probably not. Alright, let's try with this. I guess I need to just care about, but they have a lot of good defensive creatures. I need my flyers. That's what I need. Flyers. And then removal on their reach, guys. That's the game plan. Yep. Not a great one because I don't have early creatures here, but I mean I have good spells otherwise. Okay, that's a zombie. Alright, can't use the grasp on that. Alright, sure, let's have this, but the problem is I need a 4th land drop. If I can find it right away, and this will be a flyer, I don't mind. Okay, I did. So this is good now. Discard a creature perhaps to draw a card. That they could do if they wanted to. Red, yeah. I knew the red from the game 1. Discard or not. Bounce. Okay. No discard. Fine. So child of the pack. Well, I'm gonna have to bleed that thing dry. But probably not quite yet. I don't think they're gonna use form around the token, and even if they do, then they have a 2/2 token and nothing else for that turn. Okay. Oh, they are gonna use the child of the pack. Well, that's annoying. I guess I'm gonna respond by... well, let's first just do this and attack for 6. Maybe they jump with the lantern bearer. I have tricks and saving spells here, so I'm not worried about what they might have. I think they're just gonna use the child of the pack in here. And then I will respond by bleed dry, perhaps. No, it was annoying. They actually had. I mean, if they didn't have the lantern bearer, this would have been a worse turn for them. But I guess they got a free 2/2 now. Also, that was their only human, so the invader won't be a 5/3 anymore. Time for a 6/6, isn't it? They will gain 3 life from it. They chose not to attack with a lantern bearer. Okay, they are gonna looking for a double block, but I guess I have multiple things I can do that make the double block not so good. So I think I'll just do this. I could play the Desperate Farmer, but I'd rather have both the Parasitic Grasp and the Adamant Will up, or double Adamant Will if that's gonna be the case. So it feels like the safer way to do it is to just use the Grasp. They might have a bounce spell on the Invader, for example. Although that means I can't play the Desperate Farmer. Fine then. Okay, they can counter that by sacrificing something. Oh, but I can use the Grasp on the... No, it doesn't actually work, because this enters the battlefield. Now the counterspell only works when they exploit a creature. But if I kill this in response to the exploit trigger, which I will do, that won't actually happen? They can sacrifice if they want to, but that would be a mistake. So adamant will resolve now, and I got rid of their annoying thing, and now they lose both of these guys. And they have only one card in the hand. Of course, the second one will be drawn right now, but it seems good so far. Spokeroller is not scary at this point. They might, yeah, Landers lived there, but I guess I'll just use my other adamant will here. Well, guess they came handy. I actually could attack with both, but it's too revealing of what I'm having here. I don't want to do that. So hopefully they don't have more answers for flyers. They get to draw a card, of course, here, but I have here Sealed Passer and the Doom Descender still. Brambleworm has reach. Well, I guess I need to be still a bit more lucky here, I guess. Not gonna trade, I will transform this guy. So I need something that helps me push through, which is not gonna be that easy. I guess them playing a human can work, but darn. I don't have the bleed drive, but I have the 6 mana removal spell, and I also have I guess with double Sealed Passer I can at least deal some damage, but I also have the pacifism variant. They will still work here. But there's no attack now. I don't want to lose my stuff to the Brambleworm. But next turn I can attack with double Sealed Passer. Oh, that's really good for them. I guess that might I mean they only need. Oh, they have both of their 6/6 left. I mean they only need the 6/6 guy. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I mean now I need to get lucky and actually find a removal spell on that thing. Sadly this is no zombie. There's no zombie. This is a zombie, but I'll make them exile some cards from their hand. But man, this card draw spell, that was a quite opportune moment there. So they exile. Oh, that's actually scary because they did exile the apprentice sharpshooter and the land, I guess. But that means that they don't care about the reach guy there. Although maybe the apprentice sharpshooter isn't that great because it is a human, it makes the invader into a 5/3 and then I can pump it into a 6. Yeah, understandable actually. But this is really messed up now. I think I'll take the 6 ones because I might have some exploit stuff that I will draw, so I don't want to lose the Doom Descender quite yet. But I will do it maybe on the next turn. I want to see at least what they play and what I draw. But I need to basically deal with the Brambleworm. It holds the entire board here. I guess unless they have another hunter, I can attack with both Sealed Passers now. But that doesn't help me too much. Yeah, I mean, I had good stuff. I could kill the Amalgam before the exploit trigger happened and all that, but they just answered with a Brambleworm. And this is really not the exploit creature I was looking after. I can't even play that actually. Unless I can, yeah, maybe I can double block the hunter or something. Well, let's see what happens now. Didn't use the Minister, but I guess they would block the 5 power guy anyway, so... They can take 4 here, no big deal. So am I going to double block this guy? Brambleworm is really annoying here. Sure. I need to kill on the Brambleworm right now. Well, I did draw this thing which can find me the kill still, but Jacob Hogan is gonna win them the long game too. Man, this wall of creatures is really annoying. Okay, well they just had that too, so let's decline on here and they're gonna transform Jacob Hogan and win the game. They are not gonna get decked out. They will be drawing one and exiling one card per turn, but that's too many turns they have time here. No attacks now. They even killed my flyer here, so I don't even have a flying attacker anymore, even if I got to deal with the Brambleworm. Okay, well, I mean, an awkward match won, but this is not so much, maybe because this opponent seems to... They have a really decent deck for this late game grind here. It's just annoying that there's literally nothing I can do against the Jacob Hogan here, so the Hogan's Insight. Because of course this would be like the situation would be even otherwise, but they have now the card advantage from here. I guess they have to win in 6 turns, but they can easily do that. Because they draw a card and exile a card, but they have, I mean, they get to play, they have access to 2 new cards each turn, one of which they can play for free. Flourishing Hunter. I knew that they had the second one. I wish it was the last card in their deck. Okay, so they can attack with the Brambleworm. This is the beginning of the end now. They don't just care about this anymore. I mean, because I don't have even a flyers here. There's no good double block here. I guess I'll jump these and take the 7 here and see what's going on here. Just a land. That's not what I needed here. Well, this is very soon over, so let's not waste too much time here. I don't think there's a draw I can have to help me win. They have 7, 6, 6, 6 and 6, 6. I can't just beat those things. And they are also at 27 life. So they can just win with... Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough toughness. Every double block makes me lose 2 cards, even if they don't have anything in their hand. Oops, not like that. I mean, this is really horrible, but that's how I have to do it. Yeah, that's really good. 8 cards left. Problem really is that I can't... I get vigilance here so I can attack for 8. It's just... what does it matter when they're at 27? Double Flourishing Hunters. I mean, I guess they got like 12 life there. So I can't take the 7. I will block the 3, 4. Trade with it. I will basically take what, 10 here. 9. And then game is over, because it doesn't matter even if they had 3 lands in hand when they have another Brambleworm. Okay. Well, that was, I mean, that was just them having the deck that can beat my deck easily, because they had, I guess, a bit too many, you know, answers for flyers. They had the Spider, they had the Amalgam, which just flies. They had double Wolf Strike here to deal with the flyers or any creatures, and then the Flourishing Hunters and the Brambleworm is a really good late game for them. So their deck was really built well to kind of stall the early game and then win in the late game easily. And my deck didn't have the power to you know, push through. So this is my, funnily actually, this is my traditional draft number like 14 or 15. I don't remember which one it is, but it's the first time in Crimson WoW that I get less than 2 wins. So I guess it was kind of supposed to happen at some point. Now I'm still not sure of how would how the match one would have ended if I didn't throw away my Scorpion on the first strike, Halana and Alina. But it seems like their draws compared to my draws were still good enough to make them stay in the game and win with the overwhelming board. They were of course able to create with Halana and Alina. So maybe that wasn't winnable even if I didn't make the mistake there. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of, well, opponent had 4-color deck, didn't have any color issues really. So it's kind of like, I never do those decks myself because I just know how problematic the mana can be. So it's always feels a bit kind of, I mean, how do I say? Funny that opponent hits their lands. I mean, on turn 4 they have all the basic lands, four different basic lands. That's like it's not usually like that, but it was what it was. And the second match was, I think, an easy win, or maybe not. It doesn't matter. The third match was clearly an opponent against which I wouldn't want to face that opponent with this deck. I think the deck was good, but the matchup was just bad. Oh, I had the Hero's Downfall in the deck, I forgot. That could have been also if I drew this early enough onto the Bramblewem. So I had actually 3 outs. I had used the Bleed Dry in the final game of the match, but I hadn't used the Imprisonment, the Fierce Retribution, or the Hero's Downfall. So those were all good outs I had for the Bramblewem. But of course, a 3-outer is a 3-outer. They could be in your bottom 10 cards. So I had outs, but I just didn't draw them. And then they got rid of my flyer, and that was all downhill from there on. Of course, they also get the 6/6 that gained them a bunch of life. So not an easy matchup there. Next one will be, I think this was my draft number 39 overall on Crimson WoW. So yes, the next one will be draft 40, a premier draft, because I have had 2 traditions, I think, and also I will have my set completion, status update. For example, let's claim the prize here now. There was nothing else to say about that deck. So currently the situation, for example, pack-wise, is that I have 185 packs of this set, and the amount of mythics, which is the only thing that matters. I think this is 25 or somewhere around that. You can count the blips if you want to. So with those packs and these mythics, I'm roughly at 60% completion, which means that if I opened all these packs, how many mythics I would have out of the full 80. And I'm around 60% of that, so whatever that is then, 48 mythics or something like that, I guess. So there's still a way to go. But after the next draft, you will see the status update. Also, you will see my draft statistics. Even though this draft wasn't so great, 1, 2, my traditional drafts have been actually amazing in Crimson WoW. Premier drafts have been like some very amazing ones, some very bad ones, and you'll see in the next video. So let's see. I'll see you then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.